Hello my friends, Paul here in the RoJoBe Music Workshop, and welcome to part 10 of the 5-string banjo build. Okay, so you'll obviously see straight away that this the brightness of this picture is a lot darker than usual. I'm using my other camera. My regular viewers will have obviously noticed that my last two video outputs had no audio. Well, the problem is I'd knocked my camera over, knocked it off the bench right onto the floor, and it slightly broke the microphone bracket that holds it onto the camera, and put a little dent in the rim of the wide-angle lens. And stupid me didn't bother or forgot to check that the camera was still working alright before actually using it to record those videos. I should have checked it. It's my own stupid fault, and it looks as though I've damaged both the internal microphone and the external microphone. So the internal microphone on the other camera doesn't seem to be working. My external microphone? My external microphone looks like I've damaged that as well. So that camera is out of action. The external microphone is out of action. So I'm recording this through the internal microphone of the other camera. Hopefully, it will turn out all right, because once again, I have tested it, but I haven't, uploaded a video that I tested and checked it on the laptop or whatever. So the last two videos unfortunately had no audio at all, but I think you could see what I was doing. In part 8 I was permanently attaching the neck, glued and screwed, and in part 9 I was putting the kerfing inside the body for strengthening. So that's it with the neck attached. And now we've got all of the kerfing inside as well, all the way around. And let me just put my glasses on. I wanted to make sure I got as much in there as possible. So this camera's not very good for close-up, but you see I've put the kerfing around the screws. I've cut it so that there's as much kerfing in there as possible around the screws that hold the neck in place, and I've done the same the other end as well. So that'll be where the bracket goes for the tailpiece, the strings. I wish this hole wasn't here, but it is, and I'm not going to bother to fill that in. But I've got all the kerfing as close to everything as possible around there. So I think you'll agree, hopefully you will, that it's starting to look a little bit like a banjo now. So, I've noticed that you're not going to see it, but there's still flexion in this. Now I'm hoping once I get this back on, that's going to just solid everything up, because I think I said before, I'm not sure what material this piece is made from. It appears to be like plaster or car body filler, that kind of material. Because when I was sanding it, I could smell. I don't know if any of you have worked on cars with body filler, but when you're doing the sanding, it's got that distinctive smell, and I could smell that. So I don't know, is that car body filler it's made from, or I don't know. I don't know what material it is. It's hard and it's stiff, but it's probably brittle. So I'm not going to attempt to drill and screw it or anything like that. This is going to be glued on. So with the kerfing here at the back, I got it all as straight and level as possible when I was gluing and clamping it on, but obviously there were a few imperfections, so I drew a line around the edge of the rim and around the kerfing in black Sharpie, and then sanded it all the way across, all the way around, to make sure it was all level, ready for the gluing. So that is where we're at now. So Unfortunately, this camera doesn't have the optical zoom, it just has digital zoom, which isn't as good normally, but it seems to be okay on this one. So let me just check how that looks. That seems fine, and I will zoom in a little bit. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, so I've got a few clamps here. I've got my wood glue. So again, like I said, I don't know what material this is made from, but I think the wood glue will hold it strong. I'm pretty sure it's going to bond to it really well. I hope so anyway. And you know, I've got to be careful when I'm clamping this on because I don't know what material it is, but because I'm pretty sure it's brittle. And if I crank down on it too hard, it could just crack, shatter, whatever, you know. Which would be a real shame, especially as this is, you know, part 2 of the you know, the body of this banjo. So I've had to, you know, use a different one because the original one tried to fold in half. Hopefully this one will be strong enough that that's not going to happen. But before I forget, I've got to put this tailpiece bracket back on before I glue that back on. So let me do that now. Let me just turn that round. Move everything out of the way of it. Yeah, as I said, this camera isn't the best for close-ups really. But I'll do my best. So if I just try and zoom in a bit more, I think we're good there. Won't go the other way. Okay, so let's get all the hardware for this. We're going to need that, and that. I think that's it. Oh no, one more bit there. Okay, so try and put this in a place where you can actually see it. Yeah, it's not great. Okay, so let me start to put this bracket back in then. Keep an eye on the time. Yeah, you know, it is a shame about my camera and the microphone. Probably going to have to buy a new camera and a blooming microphone. It's just really lucky that I've got this camera spare. You know, I haven't used it for quite a while. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, you know, I preferred the other one because of the digital zoom. However, it doesn't focus very well, that camera. This one's a bit better with the focus. Okay, so put that one on first. Let's get the bolt that goes through there. Okay, oh, let me take those off. Washers are still inside there. They're kind of stuck on there, so that's good. I'm not going to lose those. Okay, so bolt through this bit first. Through there. It's kind of a tight fit, so it sort of threads through, but that's no bad thing. Okay, and then through this piece. So that's going to go that way up. And yeah, fiddly. So I'm just going to attach it loosely at first until I can get the other pieces on as well. Easy said and done. Why is that not locating? Come on. There it goes. Okay, let me just slacken it off a little bit because I've got to get this little shim in behind there as well. I mean, it's just to sort of keep it level, you know, because we're tightening this bolt down. It sort of it pivots a bit and it's twisted, so that keeps everything level. Oh wait, put that in upside down. Okay, so I'll get these little strap buttons in. Locate those in the holes as well. This went really smoothly when I did it earlier. off camera. Isn't that always the way? Get yourself through there, come on. There we go. Right. This is going to be quite fiddly getting the nuts on the back of here because of that kerfing. Don't have a lot of room. It should be fine. Okay, that one's in. Go with the other one. There we go. Put the nut on. Right, that appears to be all in now. No, it's not gone in. Why is that not going in there? That's got it. Okay. Right, just make sure everything's lined up where it should be. All looks fine. Okay, so carefully tighten these down first. Not over crank on them just yet, until I know that everything's lined up right. Okay, and this one as well. Right, before I tighten that down, I just want to make sure everything is where it should be, which it appears to be. It's awesome. Okay, so crank this one in the middle down first. Okay, and these two. It's a bit awkward getting that spanner in there now. Okay. I did want to oil this before putting the bracket back on, but I've done it now, so sod it. The oil can go on at the last stage. I don't want to risk getting any oil on this gluing surface anyway, because it just won't stick properly. It's fine, not a problem. Oh. I might have just rounded it off. Yeah, never mind. It's not coming back out. Okay. Right, that's all good to go now. Nice. Okay, so now time to glue on the back. So it's going to be a little bit tricky doing this because the surface on this it's smooth and shiny, and it's sort of, you see it kind of curves down as well, so it'll be a little bit tricky getting the clamps on at first. So I'm going to start with some of my bigger clamps just to get it started and lined up, and then I'm going to go around it with my spool clamps. So without further ado, let's stop waffling and get the thing on. I think I want to try and turn it around to do it because it's going to be easier for me. You still see what I'm doing, right? I've just got to be careful not to hit the camera stand with the with the neck. Okay, so destroyed my paintbrush the other day, forgot to clean it out, so I'll get another one. Right there. Okay, so glue on all the way around. Whoa, that came out fast. Once again, as I always say, come on, say it with me, 100% coverage, but not too much glue, because I don't want too much squeeze out, especially here, because I'm not going to be able to get inside to clean it up afterwards. So I want to make sure I've got enough glue, but not too much, and I have got a bit too much in some places, like at the top here, so I'll try and spread that out. I want as little squeeze out as possible on this joint, really. But, as I keep saying, 100% coverage. That is more important, or the most important. I mean, a little bit of glue squeeze out inside is okay, but I want to limit it as much as possible because, as I said, I can't get in there to clean it up afterwards. Well, I could, but it'd be really awkward. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Let's take a little bit off the top here, put around this edge where there's not so much. Okay, that's looking good. Okay. Right, let me get that paintbrush in some water before I do anything else. Oh, I'm not prepared today. I'm all over the place. Oh, there's a pot. All over the place I am. That'll do for now. Okay, here we go then. The back's going on. Hopefully straight. Okay, that looks about right. We'll line it up. Looks good. But I know it's going to move around as soon as I start trying to put these clamps on. I just know it, and it's going to be really awkward, but I'll do my best. That's moved already. Let's just line that up again. Okay, that feels about right. So I get the first clamp on this bottom end first. Hopefully it won't slip around, but I bet it will. Yeah, it's moved already. Which I knew it would. It's not too bad. Okay, try and get one now on the... Not use that one. Try another one of these. Yeah, it's definitely trying to move. I knew it would. Yeah, tricky this part, very tricky. Okay, I think we're good to go there. Get another clamp on the side. Now about there. Every time I put a clamp on, it just moves a little bit. On this side. Oh dear. I knew it was going to happen. It's just such a pain in the ass. Oh dear. Ooh, I don't like that sound. Sounds like something wants to break. Right, let's take that one off. I'll try and push that way a bit. Oh dear me. What a pain. Oh dear. Right, they're going to come back off. Try again. Oh. You see that even though this wood glue takes quite a while to set fully, it will start to tack up quite quickly. Once it does, you will struggle to move whatever your joint is. So you've got to get it right as quickly as possible. That's not too bad now. Not too bad, he says. Almost good to go. How's the time? Oh, I'm running out of time. Okay. Right, I think we've got it now. Yeah, that's got it. That's good enough. Okay, let's crank them down a bit. Okay, so that's got it lined up. It's not absolutely perfect, but I'm happy enough with that. So now I'm going to go around with my spool clamps, putting these on all the way around. Not much to see there, so because the video's going to time out soon, I'm not going to film that. You've seen me do that before. So this is, you know, sort of towards the latter stages of this build now. Pissed off about this camera situation, but what can you do? What can you do? Okay, so I'm going to get that done off camera quickly, so we will see you in the next part, which will probably be you know, oiling and final build. So in the meantime, please look after yourselves, look after each other. We will see you soon. Peace out.